You are listening to the Pompette podcast, the edutainment podcast about lifestyle, wine, and spirits, hosted by Yolanda Shoshana. Let's get this party started. Yes, it is Yolanda Shoshana. Thank you so much for being here for the Pompette podcast. I love talking wine, spirits, and lifestyle with you, and only you. So today I want to talk to you about Tempranillo. We're going to get all up in Tempranillo's business, the wine, the grape, and talk about Tempranillo Day. Well, get ready. It's a day to celebrate the grape, the wine, to experiment, to try it, to talk about it, and all that good stuff, to let your palate try something new. Of course, you can try it anytime, but it's just the designated day to say hell to the yes to Tempranillo. You know, I love all of these wine holidays. I can barely keep up with them myself, but they're great because it allows your palate to explore. It also lets you, I love to say it lets you travel to a different region with your palate. If you can't get on a plane, if you don't have time to get on a plane. So, if you really want to go to Spain, Tempranillo is where it's at. So, Tempranillo is totally on the come up. It comes from the word temprano, which is a Spanish word for early one, which I think is so funny because Tempranillo's kind of been tardy to its own wine party. It's just now really becoming a thing, even though it's one of the oldest grapes around. And like I said, though, it is Rioja's star. It is their wine. It's their go-to. I believe Tempranillo is still the fourth most planted grape in the world. You know, these facts and figures change often, but it's up there. It's in the top 5, for sure, still. And, it's a very food-friendly wine. There's gotta be a better word for food friendly, right? That sounds so trendy. It's great with food. So I love to pair Tempranillo with burgers, like a burger that has onions and cheddar cheese and garlic and all that good stuff. Great. You can also pair it with steak, tapas, cheese. If you aren't a meat eater, you still can get down and dirty with this wine by pairing it with some eggplant, potatoes, carrots, you know, the heartier vegetables, something slow cooked, though it is a medium bottled wine. It also is more savory than sweet. On the nose, you're going to get leather and tobacco leaves, which is #sexy as hell, I like to say. So those are the highlights about the wine. Two of my favorite, there's a lot of Tempranillo around, but some of them are going to be harder to find. And since I live in New York, I'm fortunate enough to be close to wine and people send me wine. But, the Campo Viejo, Tempranillo is great. They are a solid wine house, a solid bodega. They always make good wine. Their sparkling wines are great. So, Campo Viejo, don't forget them. And Torres makes a lovely Tempranillo as well. Their, Celeste, Crianza Tempranillo is so wonderful. When I was in Spain, I spotted it. And I was so upset because I didn't get it. And I came back to the States and I was fortunate enough to have a connection and I had it sent to me. And it's still one of my favorite, wines. It's got stars on the front of it. You feel like, I don't know, you just feel like you're in Spain on a starry night drinking this beautiful, delicious red wine. So I do recommend that, Torres. I recommend both of them and so many more. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to catch up with Ana Fabiano, who is an ambassador for Rioja. And, I asked her some questions and the information's on awitchinaworld.com. I even asked her about the albino Tempranillo grape, which is rare and something I definitely want to try. I asked her about that because there are a few people making white Tempranillos. Yes. Though they're hard to find. I probably have to go back to Spain for that, which is not a problem. But check out my interview with her. And she also is an author. She wrote, 2 books. And her latest book is The Wine Region of Rioja. It's a beautiful book. It's got photos, information about Rioja, of course, but also Tempranillo and the other wines from the area. And she's also got information about bodegas. So you can find out more about some of the winemakers and the wine, and just add this book to your wine collection. I'm always up for a good wine book because, you never know when you need to go back and refer and find out stuff. But this is such a beautiful book. If you are thinking of going to a wine region for a vacation, a honeymoon, don't sleep on Spain. Really don't. Italy and France are always at the top of the food chain, and I'm a huge Francophile. You know it. I can't get enough of it. But Spain is lovely, it's beautiful, and very affordable. You can find a good Tempranillo for about $10 to $13. So there's no excuse not to try this wine on Tempranillo Day or any other time. So, don't forget about Spain. They make beautiful wine, and a lot of the winemakers are just such a delight and love to share their wine and are making as natural and organic wine as they possibly can. Also know that that's what's happening in Spain as well. So don't forget to have some Tempranillo on Tempranillo Day and any other time you're looking for a red and you really want to explore with your palate. I always recommend that, and it's good on the pocketbook. And, of course there are Tempranillos from other areas, but I recommend trying Spain first, then checking out one from Australia. But if you're more into Australian wine versus Spain and you still want to try out Tempranillo, do it. I'm also about breaking rules, but if you really want to know what Tempranillo is all about, start with Spain and work your way around the world. Until next time, peace, love, and cheers.